Healthcare reform is a goal that has eluded us for decades. But all of that is about to change with new healthcare legislation introduced this week, being rushed through the process with a vote expected in less than 2 weeks. As always, I'm sure Congress will take the time to thoroughly read and understand the proposed bill, and more importantly, the effect it will have on the wealthy, the poor, the middle class, businesses, and healthcare providers. Case in point, their big plan hinges on creating an 8% tax for any business who can't afford to offer healthcare to all of its employees. Setting aside the sheer illogic of adding a new tax burden to businesses in the midst of a recession, this brilliant idea is sure to accomplish one thing: job losses. Now, I've done the small business thing, and I can tell you it costs a lot to offer healthcare to your employees. Sometimes you just can't justify hiring someone and paying for their healthcare. If we're forced to cover healthcare in order to hire someone, we're guaranteed to be hiring fewer people. And if Congress is trying to claim they're doing this for the low-wage workers in America, what do you think is going to happen when a small business can't afford to pay 8% more for each of their minimum wage employees? They'll have to start letting people go. It just blows my mind that this is the best they can do. That instead of looking at ways to reduce costs so more Americans could afford coverage, their knee-jerk reaction is to tax our businesses to fund some crazy, convoluted, ultra-expensive, government-run, I don't even know what you call this. And look, I want people to be able to afford health care. I just don't see how that can possibly remotely happen if every move Congress makes increases the burden on our already stressed small businesses, which I believe are the lifeblood and future of this country. I found a tiny little stray kitten once and brought her home and ended up rushing her to the vet in the middle of the night because she wasn't doing so well. The vet knew right away what the problem was. She was so infested with fleas, worms, ear mites, you name it, that the poor little thing was having the life drained out of her, literally. So this story actually doesn't end well because she was just too weak by the time we found her. If our parasitic government continues to leech resources generated by those of us who work hard and are entrepreneurs and innovators and business owners, there aren't going to be many of us left to leech off in a few years. So if this is their big, brilliant plan to save the country and provide health care for all, they better start working on what they're going to do when all of our businesses have gone under and no one can find a job because no one can afford to do business here. As always, sources and links for taking action are posted in the video notes. I'm Shelly Roche for BiteStyle.tv. Thanks for watching.